In 1875, a religion known as Theosophy was brought to the United States by a Russian mystic named Helena Blavatsky. What was so interesting about Theosophy was that it was a combination of Eastern ideas and Western ones. It's really the first time that a lot of Americans experienced Eastern religion, like Hinduism and Buddhism. The main purpose of Theosophy was to find an answer to the universe through different beliefs, which is a really radical idea, but actually taught a lot of Americans that other people's cultures and other people's beliefs were super important and could help us grow. Unfortunately, during the Great Depression, people lost their faith, and a lot of the ideas of Theosophy were kind of lost. This really highlights one of the biggest problems in this country today, which is that Americans sometimes cannot understand other people's points of view and other people's faiths. This has led to a lot of violence in recent times. For example, Statista.com found that there were over 1,100 anti-Semitic hate crimes in 2022, and Pew Research Center found that over 82% of Americans find that Muslims experience some sort of discrimination in their everyday life. These were only the headliners of these two articles also, and the findings were that really every single religion in the United States experiences some form of discrimination, which is just such a problem for this country. John Corrigan, in a Boston University article, believes that some of this is from the link between politics and religion. A lot of politicians these days are describing Christianity as a pure religion, and other religions, therefore, are impure to these politicians. This creates a huge rift between religions in the United States and just creates the idea that some religions are better than others. This has also led to a lot of violence and hate crimes over the years, as some people are just so ignorant and hateful towards other religions just because they do not understand them that they decide to become violent, which is such a problem. It's also a problem for the new generation, as our parents and our grandparents teach us children about religious ideas. A lot of ideas of ignorance and just religious hate for no reason will spread, and the new generation will therefore uh, continue the cycle of hate and violence, which is such a problem and is why we need knowledge. The quest for knowledge comes from school, and that is why I think you should take Religion 201 at Cal Poly. This class is taught by Professor Stephen Lloyd Moffat, and he goes over in the class a wide load of different religions, the discrimination that they face, and why each religion deserves some form of respect. When I first took this class, I really knew nothing about religion at all. I had not really learned about religion at all during my life. And that is a reason why some people are very afraid to take this class. Because there's a lot of controversy with religion in recent times, and it can seem a little bit intimidating to learn about this controversy. I think that this class really just only lays down the facts, though, and lays down ideas of why each religion matters and why you can support each religion, which is super important into understanding why this hate really comes from a place of just ignorance. The idea is that everyone can be right, not only in religion, but in the human race in general, and that our differences are actually beautiful, and that differences in faith can really help us grow, just like in theosophy. Cecilia Biddy, a teacher of religious studies at Weatherby Prep School, has the idea that children just need to understand our differences, and this can be done through learning about religions and why what we believe in might be different than what many, many other people in the world believe in. Our differences show us how each one of us is beautiful in our own way. Will Peischel, a former student at Cal Poly, wrote an article about Stephen Lloyd Moffat, and he talks about why Stephen Lloyd Moffat really just has an intent to understand and just has such a love for knowledge, which in my experience he really brought to the classroom every single day, and he made me want to learn more about each religion and how they're different from others. The main idea of the class is that we have a lot of differences, and these are beautiful, and these differences can also teach us about our similarities and why, really, in the end of the day, we're not so different from one another. Imagine that everyone believed in the same faith. This would lead to a world of just boringness and lifelessness, and no one could grow because we couldn't have discussion about different faith. There is no reason why this would happen, and it shows why learning about different religions is so helpful. Now imagine that you live in a world like ours, but you're afraid to learn about other people's religions. This is the case for a lot of people. It is why there is so much hate, because people are afraid of what they don't understand, whereas they should just try and learn about more about what they don't understand. At the end of my time taking Religion 201, we learned about a branch of theosophy called Temple of the People. And over time, Temple of the People has become a gathering more than a religion. And it's just a time where people discuss how different cultures can unite to unite the world as a whole, which is super cool and was one of my favorite things to learn about in the class. I won't say any more about it because I think you should take the class for yourself and learn more about it for yourself. Really, this class can also understand why you matter if you learn about your own religion or just atheism or if you're not religious, just anything in general, and why you matter through your differences to other people, which is so valuable. For now, just research your differences and keep an open mind, and then take Religion 201